This is an Akashic reading for Spiral Prism. And when I got the code name, it was kind of funny. Well, first I saw this star, and it almost looked almost similar to a Star of Bethlehem a little bit. It almost looked kind of Christmassy. And this star was shining this light, and it was going around your aura in almost in like a circle around you like this. And then I started seeing this spiral, and for some reason there again it kind of looked like a Christmas tree for a second. This spiral went up like this, but it went up in the shape of a tree, like a wire that goes around, and it keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller until it goes up to the top in the shape of a tree. And then at the top the star was there again. And then this pyramid surrounded the spiral. And I'm seeing this for a while, and I'm feeling this guide of yours. As soon as I saw the star, I could feel it was a guide coming in. And almost like the guide was coming in with that visual. And so I'm seeing this, and I'm seeing this, and I'm seeing this, and I'm kind of waiting for the code name. And normally when I get the code name, I get it like an energy, and kind of like an energy, and the energy tells me what the name is. This came in with energy and also like almost yelling the code name in my head really loud, Spiral Prism. And that kind of threw me off a little bit because I don't normally get it that way where it's like yelling in my head. So I kind of paused for a minute, like, wait a minute, did I get that right? And then and then I feel your guide come up next to me on my left. A very female energy, and Pleiadian energy, definitely. And she comes in with this like almost like kitty attitude, and she just starts saying the name over and over, like Spiral Prism, like that. And I just started cracking up because it was actually, she's pretty funny. So, um, so I'm going to go ahead and surround myself in light. And then she already surrounded you in light, so I don't know if she'll want to do that again or not, but then we'll see what she has to say. Whew, this is an intense energy. Okay, so, whew, my heart, I'm not nervous or anything at all. I'm so used to giving readings, and I'm used to being on YouTube. I'm not nervous at all, but my heart is just going, this energy is so intense. And coming in with heat on my shoulder now too. Okay, so okay, she's surrounding you in light, and that first she came around this way, and then she came around the front this way, and now again it's just swishing around in a circle like this. And she's just like darting everywhere. Now she's behind me, but wait a minute. She's over there though. Oh God. Okay. She has so much energy, and yeah, she's coming in again with the Pleiades. She's from the Pleiades. So I'm gonna have to adjust to this energy for a second. And she's telling me to drink some water. Okay. And okay. She's showing me, she's showing me like a puppy dog all of a sudden for some reason. I don't really know why. I feel like that's almost like the energy that she has. This like puppy dog energy where it's really young and it's all excited, but she also is saying now that she's also very ancient. So she's not young like a kid, but she has that type of energy. So she's not like a new soul or something. She's a very old soul, but she has this very like kid like nature about her. Okay. I think I'm just gonna have to go ahead and go into the reading because I don't know how quickly I'm going to adjust to this. Like my my body almost I don't know, I feel a little like shaky or something. 'Cause the energy is really, really high. That's what it is. Her energy is so high and like darting back and forth everywhere. Yeah, she's saying that my energy, since it's on Earth, it vibrates slower. Hers vibrates more quickly because she's on an angelic frequency, a light frequency. And then I keep wanting to crack up for no reason here. Okay, so she's so excited. She's like clapping and she's really excited. Okay. I'm just gonna wait until she comes in really clearly uh, with what she wants to say because this energy is slightly different for me. Even though I'm used to a lot of different people's guides and their energies. Hers is pretty fast though. Okay. So she said that she takes the cake. Her energy takes the cake, and she was kind of laughing, and then is showing me this heart, and she's just coming in with love, 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 joy, laughter, exuberance, youth, regeneration, love, expansion, higher. And she just means like floating higher. She's putting some kind of like capsule thing over my head. This white like capsule thing. Okay. She says it's gonna filter out her energy to help me handle it a little more. Okay, otherwise I'm gonna be laughing the whole reading. Okay, and feeling like I'm on a drug or something. Okay, so, and she's just talking about her personality some. She says that they don't do shopping out there, but if she were on Earth, she would be a woman who was like a shopaholic, just ran around shopping and ran around visiting people and talking to everybody all the time and talking on the phone and also with a male energy as well. She's coming in with like she would also be doing a lot of youthful physical activities and going to a lot of places and also hiking and things like this. So she's coming in with a lot of energy, and she's also saying that she's giving you that energy. So this is something that you can tap into and renew your like your youthful presence. She's saying regenerate. And she says that this is an emotional thing that turns into a physical one. And she's saying to follow your passion and follow your your exuberance. Follow what makes you joyful. And your passion. And she's saying your passion abounds on your path. You are on the right path if you are on your passion, she's saying. If you're on your path, you're on your passion. So follow the passion, pay attention to it. Okay. And I'm seeing this spiraling thing again, and I'm seeing a lot of blue, and it's made me think of the Pleiades. I got a feeling of the Pleiades, and but it was coming in with this spiral. And what did you say? What was the end of it? Oh my God. Woo, this energy. Okay. Okay, repeat. Hi, repeat. Oh, right, yeah. She said, so yeah, I got a feeling of the Pleiades, and she said that you've had lifetimes with her also. And now she's showing me a watch, and she's saying that we have all the time in the world. An hour and a half is all the time in the world for her. She does everything in a split second. And she's showing me like she just races from one end to the other of the galaxy. She's saying, okay, okay, Christmas again. She's coming in with Christmas again. She is showing me tippy toes, and like she's walking on her tippy toes, and she's like giving me a feeling of this excited energy. She's coming in with this kid-like energy that is sneaking upstairs at like 4 a.m. in the morning on Christmas and wants to wait for their parents so that they can open all the presents. And they're wide awake in this excitement and joy and gratitude for what they have, even though they haven't gotten it yet, even though they don't know what it is, they know it's going to be great. So, Okay. And I'm getting the word riot, but she doesn't mean like riot in the street. She means like, you know, the expression where you're like you're a riot, where this person is just so hilarious. And she's jumping up and down and jumping up and down. Okay, she has questions. We need to get to the questions. Okay, but she has all the time in the world. This is hilarious. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Woo. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to like focus on this reading here, and she's just coming in with all this crazy energy like this. And she says, I threw you off, didn't I? God. And then she says, that's what I wanted to do. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I've ever laughed this hard during a reading before, like ever. Oh my god, and I feel like I'm being so unprofessional, like if I'm failing all of a sudden from you know, from my own thought forms. And then she's just like, who cares about professional? Whew, okay. Okay, so she's saying that you're a kid excited at Christmas. And she says, and that's it. That's the end of this section of the reading. Okay. Whew, all right. So now the questions. Whew, okay. Okay. She's saying, well, look at them. Okay, I'm looking at the questions. Okay, so I'm drawn to number 6, and she's jumping up and down, going, yay, number 6. God. Okay, whew. So, what can you do to advance yourself in this lifetime? Okay, so the first thing, obviously, that she's coming in with is to be in joy. And she's also coming in with like um, physical bouncing up and down, but she actually is meaning for you to do this, like to connect with her energy or to dance in some kind of way, to dance, even if it's some kind of silly little dance and you don't really know how or anything. In fact, she's saying the sillier the better. The sillier you dance, the better, because she says that that's going to help you connect to her energy. Now, she's also coming in with you're not stuck. You are not stuck. She's coming in very strongly with that. So she's saying there's this feeling of being stuck. One thing she's saying is that you're stuck in your age, that you She's also saying that you're stuck in your lifestyle. Now, actually, going even to the weight loss question, number 4, she is even talking about like eating habits, that sometimes it you feel like you're stuck in a lifestyle with your way of eating as well. She's saying that water will cleanse that out. But she also says that you've done that before. You have tried drinking a lot of water before, and it still kind of came back. But she's saying, but you didn't tap into my energy, because she gets things flushed out. She gets things moving, and that's why she is coming to you now. She is not a primary guide. She hasn't been with you, like you've had past lifetimes with her. Like she said, you are close, but she's saying, but in this lifetime, she is not one of your primary guides. She is a guide that you've had before as a primary guide in past lifetimes. But she's giving me this feeling like she kind of comes in and out. Like there are certain lifetimes where she really feels, okay, during this lifetime, there's something specific that I need to help her with, or him, depending on, what gender you came in that lifetime. But there are certain things in that particular lifetime that I need to help this person with, and so I'm going to come in and be their primary guide. And right now, that's what she's doing again, but this is like a certain moment in your lifetime. Now, she says that she has come in at different points during this lifetime as well. The thing that she wants to help you with right now in this lifetime is the stuckness, especially, and that's why she's here. This feeling of being stuck in something and you're unable to get out of it. And she's saying that that's just a feeling, and you just have to replace it with a different feeling, which she also says can be easier said than done, but she also says that it's not that hard. Okay. Okay. Okay, I was drawn to the first question, where am I from? And she's coming in with the Pleiades, but then I get this feeling on my hands, and I see her hands very clearly, and then she takes her index finger and she starts drawing this spiral, and she's saying the spiral. So she's saying that there is a spiral of energy in the Pleiades. Somewhere in the Pleiadian galaxy, there is this vortex or spiral or prism, she's also saying, and she's showing the pyramid. She's saying that there are 3 points that connect to this spiral, where the spiral is it's coming down like this. So it's like it hits all 3 of these points, but it's going in this spiral. Okay, so she's actually now drawing the pyramid sideways like this. So, uh, so the top point, and so the top point is here, and then it spirals this way, and then it spirals down this way. So she's showing like a sideways pyramid. And so the spiral hits these 3 points and it forms this pyramid, this sideways pyramid. But she also says that it's only sideways depending on how you look at it, like what angle you're from. So she's also saying that you're underneath it, so you see it in this way. So she's saying if you were over here, you'd see it from the middle section. So the the middle point of the pyramid would be the top, like how we normally see. And she's saying that you've had a life on this end of it as well. She's saying that you've had multiple lifetimes around this vortex, this spiral of energy. So she's saying that your energy isn't stuckness. That's not a true energy of yours. That is just something that you're learning from. Now, obviously, it's not a true energy of anyone's, but she's saying especially your energy. Just because your energy is always flowing, or you're from your energy is going in a million different directions, and your energy is constantly flowing, and it's never stuck. Now let's go into some of these lifetimes, she says. And also answer, what are my gifts? Coming in with a yay again. And then she darts over to this side of the spiral prism pyramid thingy. She just had it on the end. She darts over to this side, and oh, and now she is actually darting over to this side. She's standing over here. Okay. She says, you're not supposed to come out of this yet. And so I was kind of coming out of this relaxed state. So we're starting with the lifetimes on the lifetime on this side of the thingy. Um, but you've had more than one, she's saying. But we're starting on this side, and she's going to talk about one of the lifetimes. So this is facing the top of the pyramid, she says. From your angle here, which would be the real top, facing the real top of it. Since these points would really be like the bottom end of it. And she's showing me this thing flipping all around, and this pyramid shape is going into the spiral. And she's showing me this spiral. It's like it's almost going down a vortex. And when it gets through the end of the vortex, she's showing me a beach. there's this vast ocean with this beach. It looks extremely clear, like there isn't a lot of toxicity on this planet. Also, it feels clear psychically. It feels like almost like barely anybody lives there. But I know there are lots of people living there, but it's like there are hardly any psychic interruptions. And she's giving me this feeling of like everybody just feels like they are meditating, even if they're joyful or they're excited or happy or whatever. They're never, their calm is never taken away. Their mind is never like racing, racing, racing. And she does say that you have some daydreams going on in this lifetime at times. You have trouble coming back to center and remaining focused. So your mind kind of drifts off. But you've experienced a lifetime where you didn't have these interruptions in your thought processes. Your thoughts were just a clear line. It was like a frequency, she's saying. It was like a frequency, it was like a tone. And she also says that Pleiadians like to sing. Talia always says that too. Pleiadians like to sing. She says that you can sing to connect with her as well through toning. And you can focus the toning into specific areas of your body, she's saying, into your mind and into any area that you feel. But anyway, she says that's getting off. Back to what we were saying. She's showing me the waves here. It's like it's coming under like this and then over the top, but the waves aren't actually doing that. They're extremely peaceful, but she's showing me this because it's like the waves of this spiral energy all over this planet. And she's showing me a star. And this is a symbol for her. She comes in with this, and now this is a star that she is seeing, that you were seeing up above you. And this was a very peaceful place. And also she says that you could do anything that you wanted. Even if you were a little kid. Your parents didn't care if you left the house. And she's almost going parents, like this concept that we have here of parent-child is vastly different from the way that they operate there. She's actually using the word manhandle. She's saying that they don't manhandle or control their children there. They don't tell them what to do or force them into cooperation because they think it's better or more in alignment with their child. She's saying that it's a group, almost like a community raising. So everybody can watch them if need be, but also the child can go out on their own, and they know the child's going to come back because they're not controlled. So children never run away or they never harm anything because they're allowed to express themselves in peaceful ways. She's saying because they're allowed at all. So she's saying, so you were not controlled in this lifetime. You had no feeling of being stuck and no feeling of being isolated, even though you were often alone. But this was out of the joy of what you could feel and be and exude when you were on your own, and that you could go off on this adventure without any adults, or even later when you were older, where you could go and be alone in your own energy and renew if need be. which there wasn't really, she's saying, but you would feel an energy from that you would like. There was nothing wrong or bad about being alone there. Anybody could do there what they enjoyed and what made them happy. And she's saying that you need to remember that feeling. You need to go back to that time. This is what brought you peace. This is what made you happy. She's saying being out in nature. She's saying that you have a connection with animals. You have a connection with Mother Earth and Gaia. You have a connection with Father Sky and with the sun and the moon and the stars and the planets. But also with the Earth herself and the Earth specifically. She's saying that you like this planet. This feels like a home to you as well. Or it can be. But there are challenges here that you didn't exude there, that you didn't have to face there in this other lifetime because they weren't there. They weren't expressions of the divine that the divine was putting out in order for you to see almost what isn't the divine or what isn't in alignment with the divine. So she's saying, so there is this like mock divine. She's saying it's all the divine, but some of it poses as a challenge of not being in alignment with the divine. Are you going to listen to this energy? Are you going to listen to my energy, everybody else in the world? She's saying. Are you going to listen to all of those energies or come into your quiet center and find yourself and find your peace and be that match for your own vibration? She's saying that you are your own match. You don't need to seek it from anyone else. She's saying even a child, even a child like a grandson or even an adult, another adult that you are not, close with in an intimate way. So you are your own match for yourself. In other words, you bring your own fulfillment, and it doesn't come to you from an outside source. Nobody gives that to you. And she's saying, sure, I like to talk to others, like she was saying, if she lived here, sure, she would be a shopaholic, she's saying again, and she would run around communicating with everyone because it would bring her joy, but she would still find that quiet center, and she wouldn't do it out of a need to be with someone in a way that made her feel more whole and complete and fulfilled in herself. She would do this out of a need to express, out of this feeling of joy and gratitude, and this desire to express. Not a need, she's saying, but a desire. So that was my mistake with that word, but a desire. And a great desire, she's saying. She loves communicating. She's saying that you also have the gift of communicating. But she's saying, and believe it or not, it was developed in this lifetime by being still and by actually being more quiet and more silent. You grounded in yourself. And she's saying that this isn't just about Gaia. This isn't just about the earth. When people talk about grounding, this is stepping into your inner nature. When you step into the groundedness of Mother Earth, which is in a sense the outer world, you connect up into your inner world, your own inner presence. your own divine presence, because you are divine. And your divine presence is still and calm and overflowing with joy and abundance and prosperity, she's saying, and all of these good things at once. But she's saying that it is a calmness that comes forth from. So she's saying, I am calm. Even though she's excited and she jumps all up and down and goes nuts on people, she isn't doing it out of a nervousness. She's doing it out of love. And she's saying that isn't normally expressed here. The difference between jumping up and down out of, I'm so empathic and I'm picking up on people, oh my God, I'm anxious. And it comes across like happiness and excitement. That isn't always what we see here, but often that is the energy that comes through here, because people don't know that they're empathic. A lot of people who are empathic, they don't know, and they're picking up on these things. But she's saying that isn't what she is talking about. This is a genuine expression of excitement, which actually comes from a calm. So she's saying, so this doesn't come from a nervousness. This actually comes from knowing who she is and being very grounded in that. And she's so excited and free and happy to express herself. Whereas other people on earth, a lot of the time they are hoping that people will accept them, and so they are jumping up and down in this nervous way or in this excitement kind of way, but there's actually an anxiety behind it. And she's also saying, and an energy of, will you accept me, behind it, like a desperation, please, will you accept me, love me, please love me. But it doesn't come from outside. It doesn't come from anyone else. And when you feed yourself this fulfillment, this rich fulfillment, all of this prosperity comes to you in many forms, including relationships, in many, many, many forms. And again, this is all types of relationships. So she isn't necessarily speaking about a romantic relationship, although she might be. But she is speaking kind of in general about friendships, family relationships of all kinds, intimate relationships. This comes when you have fulfilled yourself first. A true inspiration comes to be with someone else. So in this lifetime, you learned that, you tapped into that. Now we're going to move to this section of the spiral. So this was the side that didn't have a point, that is seeing these points here. This is one of the points at the bottom. She's saying, so if we were to flip this way, where the pyramid is upright, this point would be on the left side. So she's saying that this has to do with your intuition and psychic abilities that were developed at this time. And still yet the physical grounding is still there from the other lifetime, where you learned that, because you were at the very bottom of the pyramid in the center between the right and the left. So that is where you learned to balance and be still and center within yourself and your divine guidance. So now we're moving to this part of the pyramid here, the spiral prism pyramid thingy. Okay. She's telling me to take a drink of water. Okay. Well, you just made me really relaxed though. Okay, there we go. Woo! Talk about two different energies coming in. One minute my heart is pounding and I feel like I cannot stop laughing uncontrollably. And now I feel like a zombie. Okay. Okay, I feel an energy in my sacral chakra. And I feel this energy going out, and I feel that you had the ability to manifest very quickly and easily anything that you wanted. And this is coming through now. This is an energy to tap into now. So all of these lifetimes that she is revealing, you can tap into, and that is why she is revealing, and that is the purpose. And we're going to go through at the end how you can tap into these better. But for now, we're going to reveal what can be tapped into. So that is one of these things that you learned in this lifetime. That you gained in this lifetime. Not really learned, she's saying. You didn't have to learn, it was naturally there because that is the energy of this section of the pyramid, she's saying. And everybody has that within themselves. Some people, she says, do have a gift to manifest even more easily and quickly than others. This is their energy manipulation gift. They can take energy and they have a gift of forming it into whatever they want quickly and easily at will. So this is some people's gifts. However, everybody still has this power. Everybody still has the power, the gift to manifest their reality and create the things that they would want. Everybody has this. So some people just have it extra because that's specifically their gift. But everybody has it in general. It's just like some people are born to be a psychic or a medium or a channel. And not all other people are, but all people have certain psychic abilities. All people have that to a certain degree. And that's just natural. But in this lifetime, you honed this. Now, I'm feeling you as a little kid again in this lifetime. And I'm feeling you as a male. I'm feeling you as a boy, and you look rather human actually, but your ears are different. They almost look like elf ears a bit. You have pale skin, you have dark, short hair, kind of pixie hair, and you have these very, very brilliant blue eyes. And you're a boy, but there's this eternal energy about you. And I get the feeling that nobody ages there. So you could be much older, actually. Yeah, I feel like this is not the beginning of the lifetime. So you've been there for a while, but you take on this youthful appearance and this youthful energy because you don't age there. Even though she's saying that you are in a physical body, it is a type of physical body. So this is something that the council comes in with as well all the time. But I see you going up to a tree. This tree is kind of zooming into the picture. A very tall tree, kind of similar to a pine tree, but different. Very tall and thin going up. And I see the pyramid shape again surrounding this tree, almost like its aura. And then at the end though, it has this circle shape like this that connects the points. So not straight across, this circular shape. And I see I'm seeing like a womb actually is what the bottom is looking like a womb, and I see a baby in the womb. So in this lifetime, she's saying a lot of growth happened for you, a lot of maturity happened for you. So you greatly matured and heightened your gifts and heightened your awareness of who you are and of what you could be and your place in the world, she's saying. And you are valued. You were very valued by yourself. So you really valued yourself. And you took on the strengths of that come from valuing yourself. That gives you a strength, that gives you a power, she's saying. And the power to manifest also, because if you value yourself, it means you can manifest what you want. It means that you are worthy of having everything that you desire. And you were speaking with this tree that had been there for a lot longer than you. So nature all around you was in communication with you, birds and fish. And so in other words, they might not be exactly like our birds and our fish, but fish-like creatures in the water, bird-like creatures in the sky, so things that fly, uh, animals that fly, animals that swim, and then animals on the land as well. And I'm even seeing some kind of snake. And this snake is coming up. It's slithering up to you, and it is slithering up the back of your neck here like this, and it's coiling around you. So there again, she's coming in with the spiral, and she's also coming in with ancient wisdom. And I'm also getting the caduceus rod. So the image that like hospitals and doctors use with this the snake going up the pole. And I see a pyramid around the pole, and at the top of the pole there is a ball with a lot of light coming off of it, like like this, and it keeps going out, like almost like ripples, but they're like constant ripples, and the ripples are all in the same place, so they're not exactly rippling out like this, but there are some ripples here and some here and some here, and they're kind of rippling like this. So kind of like flashes, but it almost looks like the way that water would flash, even though it's in one space. It's giving off this energy like a ripple, because she's saying that it's constantly moving, and it's not just flashing like this, but it's liquid, it's light, it's moving. And she's showing me a feather very clearly. And you were light, and you really did not have any limitations in this lifetime whatsoever, because I'm seeing that you could go somewhere in your thoughts and you could be there, and that even though there was gravity, you didn't buy into that. People there were not held down or weighed down by that. They didn't give in to that limitation. They knew that they could override it. And she's saying we could also. No limitation is real. But these people, that's her coming in with an old Falika Shrina channeling. Just because, you know, she's using my mind, and that is definitely readily available in there, so she can use it. So no limitation is real. However, these people were God realized on this place where you were. She's saying, so it's physical, but it's a different kind of physical, because we would be experiencing a different kind of physical if we would step into that here and now. So any physical limitation that you're experiencing, she's saying you're also not stuck in. Whether it's age or it's weight or it's money or it's relationships or anything physical or emotional or mental that you would like to develop and have, that you would like to experience, is possible. But it's just knowing through and through that it is, and then doing the things that it will take to clear the blocks so that you experience that. Now at the top of this tree, again, she's showing me a star. I see the pyramid around it, and I also see the middle of the tree. So the actual like stump of the tree going up with the branches coming out on the side. So this middle of the tree goes up and it connects to the star. So it looks like it's turning into a pyramid, now straight at the bottom. So that was obviously, it was just round at the bottom because of the message she was bringing in of new growth with the womb. But now it's straight at the bottom. It's coming in like a pyramid, and there's a pole in the middle. And again with the snake coiling around it, and I see the star at the top, and this tree and other trees around as well, not only this one, other trees around as well, gave you like a download. So trees would be very good for you to be around. And she's also showing me breathing. Breathing really, really deeply out in nature. And she's saying that you need to clear your lungs. Because she's saying that they're stuffy. She's using the word stuffy. And she's also saying puffy. She's saying stuffy puffy. Okay. Now she's just rhyming with words that don't make any sense. Stuffy, puffy, muffy, luffy, tuffy, zuffy, duffy. Okay. Puffy and stuffy, she says. But muffy too. Okay. Now, she's also showing me a soft drink. Now, I don't know if you drink those or not, but this is just her way of showing me sugar. There are sugars, and also she's showing me caffeine that you are taking in, and some of this is by what you are drinking. Some of it's by what you are eating too. And she's saying to cut that out. Or cut it out to a fair degree. Cut out most of it, the majority of it. Because this like gets your mind and your energy out of whack, out of balance. And it creates stories in your mind. It keeps your mind more clouded and disabled from coming to center, she's saying. So what you're eating and drinking can cause an energetic clog. She's saying it's not about diet. It's never been about diet or trying to lose the weight. It's about losing the energy. What energy are you holding on to? Because there's an energy that you're holding on to. So this is a stuck energy that needs to be released. So she's coming in with this stuckness again, this stuck feeling. This stuffy feeling, she's saying. And it's puffy because when you have all this energy, it's almost like your auric body swells to hold all of it. So there's this swelling, so it's this puffiness. Okay, now she wants to go into another lifetime where you learned another, where you gained some other gifts. Oh, okay, so she's saying that that was a fairy lifetime. That makes sense. So you were in a nature environment in that lifetime, like an environmental dimension is what she means. Like a fairy dimension, only on another planet. Okay, so we were on this side, and then we came to this point, and now I'm seeing this little point kind of over here next to it. So not really on one of the points of the pyramid or directly in alignment with the top of it, but still on this bar here where you're going to get a lot of energies coming in and near this bottom point. So all around it and within it, there are a lot of energies to tap into that you have tapped into. And you've grown through that. wisdom, she's saying. Now uh, this line is going up towards the top of the pyramid. So even though we're still near this more bottom point, which kind of represents more physical, but also intuitive, since it's the left side of it, like she was saying. But now you're kind of moving up this line here. So this is becoming more emotional and mental. So we had the intuitive here at this point in this lifetime, but it was also physical because it was the bottom of this pyramid, which represents, like she was saying, your connection to the ground and Earth, or whatever planet you were on. So you were learning manifesting, or like she said, that came naturally to you. So now we're moving up. And I'm getting this laser vision that you had in this lifetime. And I'm also getting a mental planning. So this is not all intuitive. This is knowing what to do in a wise way. Knowing how to make your plans work and succeed, which has to do with your wisdom and your knowledge, and just this uncanny knack that you had of figuring out how to get what you wanted. So this was a mental planning. And she's talking about writing things down. You were writing things down. So you had a written language and you are writing things down that you want and believe in. And this is affirmations. You are affirming it. And so you still have this energy of manifesting. You know that you manifest your desires upon your reality by affirming it and believing in it within yourself. So you've got that. That now there's this other side to it. You are also writing this down because things come to you. It's like the gears start working in your head of how I'm going to bring this into fruition without trying or pushing, but being an allowance. But it's just this simple, it's out of a relaxation. It's out of a relaxed feeling. So you're not trying or pushing, but this is just coming to you. You know how to make this work. So you're very intelligent. You're very wise. And you know how to plan things. You know how to make things go the way you want. Another gift coming in has to do with your throat and with speaking your truth. She's saying getting up in front of audiences and delivering speeches, which there's a fear of doing also. There is definitely a fear of doing that. But this is actually one of your gifts. So you may have had a fear of doing that. But this is where you are really in your power. when you are getting up in front of others and you are delivering speeches, you are speaking with power and authority about who you are and what you want to see happen. This is even like a political gift where you could run some kind of committee because you can work things out. You can see what changes are that need to be made. And you can work inwardly and figure out how to make them. You know, you can find the knowing of how to make those changes happen and not actually beat around the bush and not get the things done. So this energy says, I'm going to do it. This is not wishy-washy or maybe sort of. This energy completes its tasks. Whatever tasks it gives to itself and charges itself with, it holds them, it keeps them. It holds them as its own and it fulfills them because it's worthy of completing all of its tasks and assignments. So there's also an energy of sometimes not completing things or not finishing goals, or even some wishy-washy energy of deciding where to put your full self. Although this is coming in to a lesser degree than some of the other things that she was mentioning. Now I'm also getting music or forms of art. It doesn't have to be music. I am getting specifically music because you had Pleiadian lifetimes and they are very into music and musical toning and such. But this is a way that you can communicate creative expression. And you have that side as well. You have a lot of creative energy and willpower as well, which is all the throat chakra. The throat chakra is about communication and will and creativity. So these are throat chakra gifts. And she's saying that your sacral and your throat chakra especially contain your primary gifts, she's saying. Then you also have mental gifts, but that is honed by this willpower to want those things to manifest, that drive and that push. That is your will. So it gives power to these mental chakras and some above your head too. I'm seeing about 4 or 5 above your head that this also affects, that the throat chakra also affects. The top one is a little bit not as activated, but you could activate it, and that would just happen naturally, she's saying. It would light up and spin if you were, again, doing what you were really passionate about, what your drive is on a very consistent basis. So the sacral has helped you become more grounded, but also it's a chakra of power. It's your sense of self-power. So your empowerment. So this also helps you with leading and directing and speaking with authority and communicating what you would like to have happen, what you would like to see from others. You definitely have an authority gift where you can take on a leadership position and do it well, and do it harmoniously, not where there's this wishy-washy feeling or a beat around the bush and never get to the point or never get things done, and also not any kind of energy of lying or backstabbing where people cheat one another, because this comes from the top down. It always does. And if you're on the top, that doesn't happen. You're very harmonious. I gotta get some water. Now, she's saying that she wants to move into one more lifetime. And then she wants to speak quickly on how do you tap into these lifetimes more easily. Now, this lifetime was at the top, no, nearer to the top of the pyramid. Still coming up this side here, but now instead of being closer to the bottom point here, we are up here closer to this top point. Now, in this lifetime, you did experience some challenges to break through, and there was some karma from this lifetime, surprisingly, since this is at the top of our spiral. But this is where all of the energies meet. So issues that you're having come to the surface, but so do gifts. Everything that you're having comes to the surface because this is at the top of the prism. In this lifetime, you experienced more of an energy of not getting what you wanted and desired, or of having to push for it, where you felt like the only way to get out of it was to push for it, not to really relax and allow. You still had a connection to nature and to divine energies here, and to goddess energies also, because she's showing me a moon and I feel like you're grounding that energy down. Now she's also showing me birds, and I'm getting this feeling of wanting to fly away, wanting to depart or escape. And there's a lot of crying also. And you're female in this lifetime. You're not exactly humanoid, though. You're some other form of creature, some other life form. In this lifetime, you do have people that want to control you. You do have parents that are kind of putting you under their thumb in a negative way. They are trying to drone into you how to be, and you don't want to be that way. You want to be this other way. This is how you want to be. And they are making you, forcing you to accept their rules and their disciplinary tactics that try to form you into a certain way of being. And there's this disapproval all the time. And that's what you want to escape from. So you feel unaccepted and unloved, and you feel challenged to be who you are, which is never good for a spirit like you. Because your spirit, and even the guide that's coming through, who kind of has a similar energy to you, she enjoys freedom of the expression of who she is. She enjoys being herself fully and actively and joyously. You did not experience that there. You experienced a clamp down, like an imprisonment of expression. But the place where you did feel at home and where you did feel included and loved and was almost like a therapy for you was again in nature. And I'm seeing water, and I'm seeing some kind of animal in the water. Maybe similar to like a shark or a whale, but it doesn't feel like a predator, but it's shaped a bit differently. It's kind of shaped like a shape in between a whale and a shark, because it's big like a whale. It has a kind of tail like a whale shape, like a humpback whale shape, but it's small, and then it kind of goes into this big like boat-like kind of shape, but then it comes into a point, and then the mouth, the way it is, looks more similar to a shark. So this is a different kind of fish-like creature that I'm seeing here. You also breathed a very different type of air, and even the air here in this place is more stuffy and puffy. even the so some of the puffiness came from here, she says. Because even the air there, it was more stifling. It was even in the air, she's saying, you breathed it in. So there was a toxic energy through the air. But nature was intact there. They weren't like, chopping down forests and things like we're doing here. It still wasn't that bad. Really bad in some ways. But as far as them hurting and damaging the planet, that wasn't really going on so much. A little bit, but not too much. Not like we do it here. And so there was a lot of space when you could get away, when you could escape from your family and these people and voices around you and come there. You really enjoyed being in the water, and you enjoyed being in the moonlight. And I get a sense that You're almost like a priestess, like you're calling down the energy of the moon. You're drawing down the moon almost into the water and into you. So you're connecting the moon and you're connecting to water a lot in this lifetime. That was what you were really especially connecting with. And you were also empathic in this lifetime. You were empathic in this lifetime, and you were empathic with animals, especially. Only because you were empathic with the people around you, also the beings around you of your same species, but so people, you were a person, just not a exactly humanoid type of person, but you just didn't want to feel what they were sending you. So we're going to go into how to tap into these lifetimes. Okay. So the first thing that she's coming in with is put your feet on the ground. And she's coming in with toning. She's coming in with breathing. So she's also saying to reflect on what she said throughout the reading, because there are some instances in the reading where she's already said some of these things, some hidden tidbits here and there. She gave them along the way as to that help you tap into these lifetimes more. And she's holding her hands like this. She's saying receive. Have the mentality and the emotion of I am ready to receive. I receive easily. I receive abundantly and quickly all forms of prosperity to myself. I receive abundantly and quickly all forms of health to myself. I receive abundantly and quickly whatever makes me peaceful and calm and connected to my center easily and comfortably. I am myself. So these are affirmations that she's giving you. I easily express who I am fully. I easily come out of my shell and operate as who I am in front of others. I am easily seen for who I am by others. I am respected and easily direct others. I easily lead others. I am worthy of all forms of prosperity. And put your feet on the ground and tone and meditate to tap into these lifetimes. And drink water. She's saying that again. Go ahead and drink water. And this will also help you tap into the last lifetime that she spoke about, where you were very connected to the water and the moon. So very connected to these divine feminine energies. And still sort of handling yourself, still being in your presence, in the presence of who you are, and still getting your way, in a sense, still being who you are and doing what you want to do, despite what was happening. And even though that's a more negative lifetime as far as the situation that you were put in, she's saying you handled it well. And you can applaud yourself for that, and that is still an energy that you should tap into. That determined energy, the fact that you held your own and you got what you wanted, even if you had to really stand your ground and own it, own what you wanted. No, this is what I want. I don't want what you say, I want this. She's saying, so no more lollipops. I don't even get the feeling that you necessarily eat lollipops. I mean, maybe you do, but I feel like she's just talking about the sugar, but she's just saying it in this joking, kidsy kind of way. She says, I loved reading you. And so I'm going to go now. But I had fun. Oh, okay. And she's, okay. So she's thanking me um, for doing this reading with her. And thank you as well so much for allowing me to do this reading for you. And I really hope that it benefited you and that it offers you some insight and clarity, or however it can help you on your path. Thank you so much. Namaste.